All right, welcome to the Three Kingdoms. This is the third session of our campaign. It's not really West March's style, but kind of, I guess. Um, and I have with me tonight, friendly as Wen Xi Ni, Ghost as Chen Feng, Slip as Daiyu, and Walter Peck as Pang Day. We are currently in the village of Jiagyu, and we are in the estate of Zhang Wei, the administrator and governor of this town. Um, this is the year. Boy. This is the year 184 in Liang province. As I said, we are in the town of Jiayu, and this is on the western kind of frontier of China and the Han Dynasty. And Liang currently is a rebellion that has begun to sprout. And in our last session, Pang Day and another mercenary named Manu, who is from Parthia, a foreigner, helped put down a local rebel cell and was given a boon by Zhang Wei himself. Chen Feng has worked for Zhang Wei for some time as a captain of one of his guard, and today Pang Day has been called into Zhang Wei's estate once more. Chen Feng waits, knowing his duty is about to be told to him. Zhang Wei sits at a table with some scrolls in hand and a ink pen. Dips it in a quill, dips it in a canister of ink, and begins to write the kanji on the paper as he waits for Pang Day to arrive. And Walter Peck, I'll let you go ahead and start it off.
Pang Day had been in Jiagyu for a while now after his confrontation with the rebels and their leader, Bei Gong. He had suffered no real injuries, unlike his counterpart Manu, who was currently on convalescence in the local whorehouse. As he enters, he has come in fairly well armed and armored, recently upgrading his armor from the spoils of war. In his left hand is a guan dao of exquisite craftsmanship with a black blade that protrudes from a dragon's mouth as if flame. As he walks in, he sees Chen Feng and stops for him and bows. "I am Pang Day of Liang, and you are?"
And Chen Feng had been in this room. I'm assuming Zhang Wei is the local region I've been serving under.
Yes.
Awaiting his orders. And I don't know if he would have been aware Pang Day was coming or not, but he will return the greeting. Greetings. I am Chen Feng, in service to Lord Zhang Wei.
Chen Feng, it is good to meet you. Have you two come to answer the call of Ling Zhang against these barbarians and bandits and rebels that have risen against the Han government?
It is my duty to the magistrate here. He gestures towards Zhang Wei. If that is their wish, then I will certainly accompany you.
Most excellent, for the roads are very dangerous and best not be traveled alone. Zhang Wei has been most accommodating to me and my traveling companion in these recent days, and I appreciate his hospitality.
Yes, I have served Lord Zhang Wei for some time now, and he gave me a second chance when others might not have. It is comforting to know I serve a noble lord.
Pang Di kind of raises an eyebrow at the mention of a second chance, but does not follow up and goes, "Yes, Zhang Wei seemed to be very wise in his rulership of this area.
As you're talking, the magistrate looks up. Ah, Pang Day! Chen Feng, come forward. He puts his pen down and straightens his shirt and leans back slightly, puts his hands on his knees, waiting for you to come forward.
Chen Feng will move towards Zhang Wei and nod to Pang Day as well.
Pang Day moves forwards and bows his head. Thank you again, Zhang Wei, for summoning me. How may I be of assistance to you?
Ah, it is not me you are being serving in this, but serving yourself and your friend, the foreigner, Manu. You see, our town has little in the way of healers that can help his wounds. I spoke to the madam, and she was not eager to dive into those wounds, not thinking that she had the skill to heal them. But there is one healer in these parts that may be able to help. They call him the Old White Mane, and he is in a town called Danaba, not far off. 10 miles.
Pang Day thinks of the name. He feels like he's familiar with it, but not terribly sure. Ah, Zhang Wei, thank you for this information. I shall go and see if I can find this individual to help in the healing of my friend.
Yes, it is odd. He usually comes this way every month. I figured he would be here the previous couple days, but he never showed up. So, he is tardy anyway. Chen Feng, please go with Pang Day and assist him where he is, where you are required.
Of course, my lord. I will follow him and ensure his safety.
Good. Well, that is all I had for you. Unless you have questions for me, you may depart.
No, Zhang Wei. I appreciate this information and will leave at once to find this healer for you and for my friend Manu.
Very good. And he gives a very slight bow and picks up his quill again and begins his calligraphy. And you step out of the room there. Let me if there's anything else you would like to discuss before you depart, you can.
As they go outside, Pang Di kind of gives a once-over to Feng and asks him, he kind of motions to his Guandao. I'm an expert with the Guandao. This is Black Dragon, weapon made of almost, I would say, arcane material. It slices through enemy armor with ease and leaves a trail of death in my wake. I have traveled with a woman by the name of Zyo Daiyu. She is a master of the sword, almost as if invisible, with the speed at which she swings her blade. And most recently, Manu is a giant of a man who wears an acorn for a hat. He is known to absorb large amounts of damage and keep on never relenting to the enemy's blows. So I ask you, what are you known for?
And Chen Feng thinks about that, and he gives an honest answer. Here I am not known so highly by some. I was once a brigand before being given a second chance by Lord Zhang Wei. I fight on. I will not lie. I do not believe I have the same talent or experience as you and the others you speak of. But I will not flee. I will stand my ground, and I will fight at your side with what meager offerings I can provide.
Pang Di kind of laughs. Ha! Well then, you are in luck, for you're traveling with one of the best warriors of Liang province, and I promise you, I will allow no harm to come to you. And if Zhang Wei believes you are worthy of redemption, then I too shall view you as the same.
I appreciate you, Peng De. I will not let you down in this endeavor, nor your companions.
Excellent, then let us be off.
The two mercenaries head on the road for a day's journey to the village of Damba. Somewhere along a road in between Danba and Jiagyu are three individuals. Let me, my music turned off. Seated on the edge of the road is three, not that one, three individuals, as I said. Two of them are, as you might expect, people. One is a small monkey who is currently sitting on a branch overlooking the two of them. When asked where he wants to go, supposedly this Pi Ma Wen tells you nowhere, that you're to sit here and wait, because he said so. He's very persistent about that, and he's told you both this. How do you know he tells you this? You hear him in your minds, inexplicably. Both of you have experience with this quote-unquote monkey. He is a troublemaker, but has some special talents. Seeing the future, perhaps. An oracle, some call him. Zyo Daiyu knows him from Wudang, and the other man knows him from this place. Over the last few months, at least, he's been his constant traveling companion wherever he goes. And I'll let you guys kick it off with some role play amongst yourselves.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I was told to seek out Pi Ma Wen
Yep.
because he could take us to where the breach is. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Daiyu crouches on her haunches, glancing out of the corner of her eye now and then at Pi Ma Wen with an expression of open irritation. She keeps looking down the road as she feels the draw, the draw of that internal compass that draws her toward Pang Di, and it's almost a physical discomfort to not be able to pursue that, but still she crouches and waits, trusting that Pi Ma Wen would not fully lead her astray, although he might take her in a way she didn't expect or intend. Trying to calm her impatience, she turns to Wen Xi Ni and looks him up and down. Oh yes, I remember you now. You are the Fat Drunkard.
I have been called many, many times by people the Fat Drunkard, yes, and stupid as well. He takes off this really ornate lamellar helmet that he has and pours a bit of water into the bowl and begins to splash his face. He sort of tilts his chin towards the macaque in the tree. He says, the angrier you become, the more he likes it. You should learn to wait pleasantly. It is a gorgeous night, huh?
Perhaps that is so, but I am not so good at hiding my emotions. And she looks back over at Pi Ma Wen, especially when he delights so in thwarting me. Hmm. Still,
The monkey leans back on against the tree, and it almost looks like the way he's posturing. He puts his arms behind his head and just lays back and opens his legs, kind of kicking him on the branch. Ooh, ooh, ha, ha, ooh. And you can kind of feel in your mind him laughing at you.
she turns her back to him completely and sits cross-legged on the ground. Not again. Never again will I let that one get the better of me.
Maybe, I think, twice more.
Twice. 2 times I must grant him a favor, but never again will I engage in a bet with a cheater. And she kind of calls that over her shoulder.
At that comment, Wen Xi Ni erupts in another big belly laugh. And he points to the macaque. She understands you better than you understand yourself, methink. Haha.
He makes like a farting sound with his tongue.
He truly delights in this form. And she shakes her head.
This form? What do you
She
mean?
raises an eyebrow. I say to you then, perhaps he knows you much better than you know him.
He sort of grouses in his beard, and plucks out a flea and scrunches it between his fingernails, flicks it over his shoulder. I certainly know the fleas he gives me.
She laughs. If he gives you fleas, it is because it pleases him to do so.
And it pleases the fleas as well, I think.
Perhaps he owes the fleas a favor. I would like to think that a flea had gotten the best of Pi Ma Wen.
Perhaps that is why he is so surly in this form.
She nods. Perhaps. So the men, they did not catch you after you let those animals loose?
I don't know what you mean.
She smiles. I left you leaning against a tree in the forest nearby.
It was a very comfortable tree. I had a long sleep and didn't even think about Confucius.
I did not think about Confucius either. She looks confused. So, why are you traveling with Pi Ma Wen?
I do not travel with him. He travels with me. I cannot be rid of him.
It hops down off the tree and kind of lopes over to you, Daiyu, and it just kind of like makes these motions past you, and you hear in your mind as when Pi Ma Wen speaks to you, "Someone's coming! Someone's coming! It's coming! Coming! Someone's coming! Coming! Down the road! 2 big men! 2 come! They come! Hey!"
Are they dangerous? Do they mean us harm? She stands up, reaches back and unsheaths her sword.
It's like I can tell the future, you think? You think it's that simple? You think it's that simple? I just look down the road and see everything? See who they are? Know everything? Well, yes, I can do that, yeah. But I'm not going to tell you. You have to find out. Find out who they are. Get them. Come on. Help me. I'm back up the tree. They won't get me. They'll get you. And he kind of scampers back up the tree.
Daiyu, go ahead.
You first.
Daiyu just kind of stands at the road, her sword loose at her side, her posture fairly relaxed as she looks down the road. Perhaps you should ready yourself.
Wen Xi Ni, forgetting that he has poured water into his helmet, puts the helmet back on his head, and the water pours into his eyes, and he sputters and wipes his eyes before grabbing his walking stick to stand next to Daiyu.
After that scene of amazing courage and skill, walking down the road around the bend, Daiyu, you're pleased to see you see Pang Day and another man you do not recognize heading your direction.
She feels the warmth in her chest grow hotter as they approach. She recognizes him by that before she can actually see his face. A broad smile spreads across her face, and some tension releases from her shoulders. She runs forward. The sword isn't, in an attack stance, but she doesn't take the time to sheathe it either. When they get close enough to hear, she's calling out, "Bang Day! Bang Day!"
As Pang Day is walking down the road with Chen Feng, engaging in what any sort of traveling talk he feels like, he sees someone in the distance, and it takes him a moment when he sees the sword to realize who he's looking at. He smiles as well and kind of hurries his step as he approaches Xiang Daiyu and looks to Chen and goes, "No worries, Feng. This is a friend of mine." And he kind of gets up to Daiyu and, "Oh, it is good to see you. It has been too long. I have stories to tell." And looks over at their traveling companion he's had and he goes, "Who is this?"
She's looking him up and down for any sign of injury, and satisfied that he wasn't hurt in her absence, she nods and turns around. This is the Fat Drunkard. What was your name?"
Wen Xi Ni.
Wen Xi Ni. He looks at Daiyu. I was worried for a moment that my stray dog has found someone new to follow, but I can clearly see that is not the case. He kind of looks up and I assume sees the monkey and what is that monkey doing here? How did that get here? Is that a pet of yours?
No, thankfully. That is Pi Ma Wen. That is who we were sent to find. He can lead us to the breach.
We were sent to find a monkey. And he's clearly confused, never bothering to ask that Pi Ma Wen was in fact not a human.
Yeah, Pi Ma Wen is like hanging off the branch kind of idly, and he's upside down. He looks at Pang Day and gives one of those.
It pleases him to be a monkey at the moment, but yes, he can take us to the breach.
Well then, I guess after following a wolf, I can't be too surprised we are now been fated to follow a monkey. Kinda turns to Feng. I should have mentioned that I fought zombies a few days ago. That probably should have been something I mentioned.
I'm sorry, zombies? And he looks confused at having probably never even heard of such things being real.
You could make a lore check to see if you kind of know what he might be talking about.
I don't know, man. So this guy's a fucking bandit.
That's
I don't think
fine.
He's been outside of his.
That's fine.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Give him an abridged version of when him and Daiyu went through Bright Wolf Forest, and Pang Day was also quite skeptical at the supernatural, dealing with the very real banditry and tribal menace of the Chiang over the years, and he talks about coming across the dead bodies and how they rose from the dead and mindlessly attacked them, and how he attacked the one almost leader-like zombie, and between him and Xiang basically chopped him up into a fine mist before he finally relented in attacking them.
Yeah, Chen Feng will look skeptical, shocked, mouth agape for most of that story. And he, when it's finished, I almost cannot believe such things, but with the conviction that you tell it and what I hear of you, Peng Di, I cannot help but accept it as the truth.
Oh, it is true. Pang De would not lie. But do not worry yourself, for we have drenched our weapons in the oil of holiness, and now they will cut to the core any zombies or creatures unnatural such as these that we may encounter. And she just grins broadly as if what she just said was totally normal.
Yeah, he just wide-eyed kind of nods at you the whole time. Just, yeah, sure. It says nothing.
I know it is hard to believe, but I assure you these things are quite real. And while I do not have proof yet, I feel that these demons, this spirit bridge, I feel it may have some sort of connection to this uprising of sorts, though I cannot connect the two yet.
I see. He again just looks dumbfounded. Well, at any rate, you have my spear for this task at least, the recovery of your friend. If such things are real, I do not know how I would feel about facing them.
Daiyu cocks her head to one side. What task? What friend? Do we not head to the breach?
Peng Day. Side note, Tet, is the way to, I believe you said Danabad, the same route that seems these two were taking?
They were just sitting on the side of the road. They had come from an adjoining, basically a north-south road, and you're going east, so...
Okay, so in that case, Peng Day says to Daiyu and the group, he goes, when we split up as we were finding this monkey, I went to finish my travel to Jiagyu and came across a Parthian, a large man who wears an acorn for a hat. His name was Manu. And we came across bandits, and there was quite a large battle, and Peng Day regales the tale of slicing through a dozen or so bandits and defeating the bandit leader and lessening the role that Manu played in it, and definitely building up his own accomplishments. In the end, we made it to the village and spoke with Zhang Wei, and there he is healing in a whorehouse. But their skills are no match for what is needed, so I am on the way to Denaba to find a healer that can help him in recovery.
If he cannot recover in a whorehouse, he cannot recover anywhere.
Peng Day smiles. These are not the types of whores that would be good at helping you recover. If anything, they would probably make things worse.
Daiyu looks from everyone, each person, confused about various things. So, these whores are poor healers.
I have always felt very relaxed after a visit there. They heal the soul. He 100% buys into that.
Holy people, then.
Peng Day kind of...
The monkey begins chortling.
Peng Day kind of leans against his guando and smiles. Yes, holy would be one term for them, yes.
Well, I chafe at the delay, but I must admit I am curious to meet a man as large as you say, with a head small enough to fit an acorn for a hat.
It was quite odd to look at, that I admit. But he was very resilient in the blows he was taking from the bandit leader's long axe. I don't owe him the same debt I owe you, Daiyu, but I do want to see him recovered to full health, so he may aid us in our quest.
And perhaps we can talk him into not getting hit in the future. I find that is best.
Very true. Tell me about your traveling companion. And instead of pointing at the monkey, he points to Wen Xi Ni.
I do not know this man very well. I know that he likes to take naps and to drink and to pour water into his hat. And she looks at him. Did I leave anything out?
I enjoy eating. Yes.
And he enjoys eating.
Who said that? Pangday suddenly, kind of looks around. Who said that to me? Clearly confused.
Daiyu looks over at the monkey and gives him a, kind of a cross look. You must ignore that.
What do you mean?
My cousin has a twisted sense of humor.
I'm sorry. Who is your cousin?
She points to Pi Ma Wen. Not on the monkey side.
Wen Xi Ni leans ever so close, just slightly, and says, "You hear the voices as well, huh?"
Yes, it is a very odd-sounding voice. He said hello to me, and he announced himself who it was. He kind of clears his throat at what the monkey just said to him and doesn't say it out loud. That's quite possible, and he doesn't quite know whether he should be looking at the monkey or Xi Ni or Daiyu or who, but...
Pi Ma Wen is making a gesture with his hand. One hand he has making the circle with his pointer finger and thumb, and the other he's just like poking it through over and over again.
Pi Ma Wen is also fond of the whores in the whorehouse, but they trade lice back and forth, I think.
Yes, lice. Very problematic. Very itchy. I would not know, of course.
Daiyu's unconsciously mimicking that gesture, trying to make sense of it.
Pangdi becoming somewhat embarrassed. I will explain that to you later.
All right. She shrugs. Let us go find this healer before your acorn friend succumbs to his wounds at the hands of these holy women.
Yes. Pangdi kind of brings his hand up lightly to Daiyu as she's doing her finger bang emoticon. Let's stop doing that for now and let's get moving. And he kind of gives an evil eye to Pi Ma Wen. You, it's enough.
He hops down off the tree and heads up to Wen Xi Ni's shoulder and kind of parks it there. He begins plucking something out of his beard. And if there's nothing else, we can move forward. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Come here, Pi Ma Wen. You approach this small town, and as you do, you notice it's kind of becoming to get a bit overcast. In the distance, particularly, there's a fog that's rising up in the plains and the valleys ahead, past the town. Eventually, you come down the valley and you walk into this town, and it seems like any other small village. There's a couple people milling about, going through their daily tasks. There's two peasants, you would assume, plucking things out of a garden. One of them sees you enter and turns, "Ah, hello," and she bows her head.
Pengdi approaches her if no one else takes the initiative and bows to her. He goes, "I am Peng Day of Liang, and I am searching for, what was that bro's name again?
That bro's
White
name was
Stallion or something?
Old White Hair. Old White Mane, sorry.
I am looking for Old White Mane, a well-renowned healer of this village. Do you know where I can find him?"
Ah, yes, Old White Mane. Yes, certainly. We know of his exploits and his healing prowess, but I believe, and she looks to the man, "Yes, wife, let me." He kind of steps forward. "I know this man. He said he was going often to visit the rural folk in the countryside." He kind of gives a point towards outside of town, where the bad weather is, up that way.
When did he leave to visit these rural folk?
Oh, it has to be 2 weeks now, something like that. I know because he was supposed to bring me some ginseng back for medicinal purposes. He looks to his wife. She smiles.
Wen Xi Ni tries to catch Daiyu's eye, and he does one hand, the thumb and forefinger into a circle, and then points through the circle with his other. Medicinal.
This means medicinal, she says, and does it back to him.
Those two look at each other. Their faces are beet red as you're doing this.
Chen Feng follows up on Pengdi's question. Is Old White Mane usually gone that long when he goes to the rural folk?
Oh, he appears happy to be just speaking about something. No, he is not. I have never seen him gone over a week, and he has been gone 2. If it was a problem with a pregnancy, then it would be over by now and he would be home. There are people waiting for him here, and I believe he goes to Jiagyu this time every month. So he is late for the magistrate as well.
This is concerning, and Chen Feng looks to Peng Day.
I agree, Feng, as he notices the expression on his face. Perhaps we should go out there and see what befalls this healer. The fog makes me think of an ill omen. What say you?
I agree. We will need to go out and see what has happened to the healer, for your friend and for others.
And if there has been a new birth, we will see the happy family. There will be cause for celebration. Surely they will have plum wine.
I'm sure.
I hope there are no demons. Or perhaps I hope there are. She kind of reaches back and strokes her sword.
The peasant... Demons? What are you talking about? Demons? Wife, go inside.
Oh no, there are none here that I see. You need not worry.
I am certain it is just another term she uses for bandits.
Oh,
Chen Feng's trying to play it off.
they are demons, certainly. Why don't you give me a a rhetoric, or a rhetoric would be great. Persuasion would be good. Deception, I could see deception too, maybe.
I'm not good at any of that, but we're gonna do it.
Intimidation. Shut your fucking
I'll use I have one benefit of persuasion.
Okay.
So we'll try that. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Not bad.
Yeah, he
Oh, that's really
Ah,
good.
yes. Yes, I was. My heart was beating fast. You would never know the odd tales you hear from those in the country sometimes.
I am sure it is nothing to worry about, but yes, it is perhaps a delay in travel from the weather, or if it is bandits, then we will take care of it.
Yes, we will take care of demon bandits.
Ah, good. Strike the bandits down. Long live the Han!
Long live the Han. And Chen Feng nods.
And they'll.
Wen Xi Ni will lean slightly towards the peasant. The woman has gone inside, yes?
She's kind of behind him near the entryway, not necessarily all the way inside, but.
Okay. So he will lean in and sort of whisper conspiratorially, "Perhaps while your heart is beating fast, you should go inside, eh? Huh? Huh?" And he'll do the he'll hold up one finger.
he looks at you and gets like some high eyebrows. Ah, yes, I feel like a demon myself. And he jumps up and kind of awkwardly rushes behind her and gooses her, and she goes, "Ah!" And they both go inside. And what would you guys like to do?
Then I suppose we go to this peasant village and look for White Mane?
That sounds like an excellent idea. The sooner we find him and return him to Jiagyu, the sooner we can help Pi Ma Wen with this spirit breach. And
Yes.
Perhaps we get there before they finish all the new wine.
wine. More wine for you, I agree.
Ooh, ooh. And Pi Ma Wen nods at the mention of wine. And
So
Mhm.
Wen Xi Ni will stride off that direction that the peasant pointed.
okay.
Even if it doesn't follow the road, it'll just cut right off the trail there, unless redirected by someone else.
Just walk through somebody's house.
Excuse
Walk through the
me.
wall.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, my fog is just not wanting to work.
That's what she said.
The fog.
Follow the peasant woman and ask where she got that amazing straw hat.
The Battle of the Hats.
Yeah, Chen Feng will fall in with Wen Xi Ni. You seem like a man with your priorities straight, Wen Xi Ni.
There are only a few things in life that are worth wasting one's time on. Whores and wine are at least two of the good ones. And you?
To an extent, I must agree. I am grateful for my service with Jiang Wei, but there are some old habits that die hard, I think. Drink and women are chief among them.
Why are those habits that you want to be rid of?
I do not know if I will truly ever be rid of them, but I wish to make use of myself to one who gave me a second chance at life. That is all.
At that, Wen Xi Ni will sort of take a pause in his stride, and he gets sort of a serious expression on his face for a moment before falling back into step. He will nod. Such wisdom for one so young. Yes. I will help you with that. Should you feel the need to drink, simply give the drink to me, and I will keep it from you.
Ha! This is a good idea. But that would mean you have to stick around me for a while. I intend to drink in more nights than one at some point.
Well, at least as long as we travel together, all of the wine that would tempt you, I will keep safe.
I and my mind appreciate it.
It is settled then.
As the two of you talk about wine and your perhaps some failings of character that you both have, you head out into the countryside. There's a small trail that cuts through the valleys. You know that this is mostly lowland valleys, that sort of thing. The fog is very thick the further you get away from the town, and you notice something kind of strange after a while. A couple hours of walking, you don't see any small like hamlets, farms, which you would kind of expect. The only thing you see is like the grade of where you're going begins to get higher and higher and higher until you're at the base of, it almost sneaks up on you. It's like a mountain, and none of you would expect this, at least everyone besides Daiyu. Daiyu, you can roll me a lore check if you want.
Would Chen Feng be familiar with this area at all, like being in this province?
Yeah, you know that this is supposed to be like farmland, like rice paddies forever.
Yeah, he will look around incredulous.
Oh man, I rolled like as crappy as I possibly could.
Yeah,
Wait, you only have 1d10 in lore?
Let me make sure that's right. Depends on what, that doesn't seem right.
if you have a 1 but no skill, you have a knowledge of 2, 1. You have a knowledge
Yeah,
of
that
1.
should have been 3d10.
Okay.
No, it shouldn't. You have lore of 0. Oh, it's in your current is. Go ahead. It should be 2d10.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Your current field was 0 for some reason. Go ahead and roll again. You should roll 2d10, keep 1. It's worse.
Worse. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't recognize this place, but yeah, Chen Feng, you do know that this is quite strange.
Yeah, he looks around and we're at the base of it. This does not make sense. This is supposed to all be farmland. There should not be a mountain.
Mountains go where they wish. She looks at you with a confused expression on her face. Who are you to tell a mountain where to be?
No one. But this was not a mountain yesterday. This was not a mountain the day before that. Why is it a mountain today?
Ask the mountain.
Pang Di kind of steps in. Feng, when we were in the forest, something similar happened where we traveled, and it seemed where we ended up versus where we began was miles, if not dozens of miles off. I'm not surprised to see this, and it seems that whatever spiritual forces are at work have led us to this mountain. But yes, you are correct. This should not be here.
I am out of my depth. I do not know this strangeness, but I will trust in your wisdom with these things.
I trusted Daiyu and she did not fail me. I appreciate that you trust me as well.
Yes. Bang Day will not lead you astray. And she kind of leads in and gestures with her chin kind of toward the monkey. That one, however.
The monkey like leans back on Zani's shoulder and kind of gives a questioning shrug, and then ooh. Seems like sad almost with his posturing.
Psh, I will not fall for that fake sadness. You know where we are.
He points up the mountain.
I think we must go forward.
Then forward we shall go.
You head up the mountain. It takes, man, you think you've been walking for hours, but the fog is so thick you can hardly see the sun. You're wondering if it's actually supposed to be nighttime, but it's not. Just the gray clouds above and the fog that's pretty much everywhere around you. At some parts, it's kind of hard to even see more than like 30 or 40 feet in front of you. But eventually you come to a bit of a plateau in the climb. Everybody is fairly tired after this, and but you come to this part, and it's very surreal what you see. And I'll kind of swing you over. You see there in front of you. You see what you can only describe as the remnants of a battle long ago. You see in the ground armor that is rotted. The lamellar plates disintegrating over time, being, scaled leather. You see weapons half buried in the ground, and as well as skeletons. You see hanging from the branches of trees, dead bodies, skeletons, and other more fleshy creatures. Bloated dead corpses everywhere. It stinks very badly. Pi Ma Wen seems very agitated to be here.
This does not seem like a peasant village. Yes?
Peng Di has his Quan Do kind of at the low ready, even if the battle is ancient by all accounts of what he sees. He goes, we have been led here for a reason. And looks to Daiyu and Pi Ma Wen. It is now up to us to determine why.
She points to one of the corpses. Some of this looks very old, but some of this is not so old. I can still smell the stench of death.
Wen Xi Ni will sort of turn his face to his shoulder where Pi Ma Wen is perched. Say, where have you brought us?
He looks at you, and you hear, instead of me typing it, "This is Wudang, the ancient part where you should not go. But you want to find your healer, this is where we go. We go through this. I don't like this. I want to go home." "Tell my cousin we are Wudang. Bad part. Clouds, death, grave. Ugh."
So Wen Xi Ni will sort of wave a hand to silence Pi Ma Wen and say, this one says that we are in ancient Wudang. Yes, he does not want to be here, but this is where your healer is.
Daiyu looks really surprised. Wudang? And she looks around. This must be where I was forbidden to go.
The monkey nods several times.
I can see why this is forbidden.
Wudang is... a little bit here and a little bit there. It is not always in the same place, but while most parts are blessed and holy, some parts are very dangerous. She holds her sword at the ready. If you look at it closely or out of the corner of your eye, you might see that her sword looks maybe a little blurry, maybe a little translucent. Might just be a trick of this fog.
Who wants to give me a 1d3 roll?
Not slip.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, as you are standing there, you are... Actually, give me a perception roll, everyone. We'll call this one challenging. So...
Did I not roll?
I do not see
Let me
it.
go
If
in.
you click too fast,
No, it
sometimes...
rolled. It rolled.
Yeah. Each of you do see this. You see some of the dead on the ground. You could swear they're like moving, and then as you're watching them, they're beginning to stand up. Warriors with swords and shields, but they're skeletons. And let's switch you over to this. All right, let me set it up a bit. Grid on. No. Square grids. Psh. All right. You can sit yourself in the closest grid. Boop, boop. Yeah, we're in there.
Guarding him.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me before we start rolling initiative. Yeah, what's your reaction to these things popping up next to you?
Paying
How-
ready. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, this is all we see. I think Zyo Daiyu's first instinct is to try to determine how many of them there are, both active and how many are stirring. Should they? Flee or should they fight?
You see only 3 getting up.
Okay.
So you guys can go ahead and roll initiative. You can do that
Okay,
from
give
your
me a shout.
buttons.
These are the creatures we have fought before. Do not let them get close to you. Strike them down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mine should be 23. I got a.
It should be more than that even. What, shouldn't it be 27?
Oh, it's plus 7. 27. You're right. 27.
How do I know if I have initiative trained?
Do you have reactions trained? It's under senses. You do.
I do. Okay.
Good lord.
It didn't
Where's
come
some-
into play this time, I don't think. Oh, no, I guess Zhang Dai, you could technically use it.
Did you roll?
You could use my initiative roll if you wanted to, Zhang, and get to the 32. It may not matter.
Why don't you didn't get
Unless it-
added to the turn tracker for some reason?
If-
Your initiative button will roll leadership next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
If it does make a difference, like makes her go first, she definitely would take it because she gets some advantages for going first.
Because that'd be 32 instead of 27.
you rolled a 32.
I rolled a 25, but with tactical advantage, she can use my roll for initiative.
Right.
But then I would assume that she could apply her like modifiers too, right, with a +7.
Yeah. So that would make it
So-
32.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah, I don't think she can apply her modifiers are on a reaction roll, so it's just for her stuff. But yeah, he has leadership, so if he rolls higher than you guys can use his init. That's his one of his things.
That's cool.
We all strike as one. Go team.
That sounds like a really awesome ability. I like it.
It is.
This is like the slow-mo team shot of Avengers Age of Ultron. Oh, motherfucker.
Damn!
Yikes. Look at that die.
He's been,
Oh my
he's been
god.
stirring for fucking months.
Yeah, I was ready.
I've been waiting.
It's a horny warrior.
Aren't they all though?
I got a bone to pick with us.
All right, so for those that have not friendly, so the 0 I'm putting in front is for AP tracking. There's no rounds in this system. There is a combat track, which if you've seen the videos, you probably understand.
Yep.
So the 0 is the AP. Skeletal Warrior 3. Oh, Pi Ma Wen. He goes too.
Something else for you to control.
That's fine. Pi Ma Wen.
Holy.
Pi Ma Wen's pretty fast. Alright. So Pi Ma Wen's turn. Not quite. So this guy is going to 1, 2, 3. He's going to run 3 right there. Neither of you have reach weapons, so he gets in there. So he ran, so yeah, that's what he wants to do. Gonna run. It just charges in. -3. Alright. Pi Ma Wen's turn. Pi Ma Wen is going to cast a spell. He's going to cast Reflexive Future on his buddy, which is Wen Xi Ni. And next skill check gains 1 benefit. He will pump that by 3. So he's going to roll a 4th level spell to give you how many benefits? Well, I'll do 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it'll be a 3. So he's going to cast a spell. Let's see. Oh, I need to turn on his magic. His magic menu. Hold on. Okay. Magic. Essence. No target. If it's no train, additional mods, no. Hardships, no. Target, no. 3 spell dice. Ah! Wait.
Oh no.
Wait. I rolled the wrong skill. That's why. So it's a -15. Remember that. I just do a.
That's like slip casting flame attacks back in Demon Gate right there.
Yeah, he should be rolling Psyche. Psyche is 8. Yeah. So here we go. There we go.
So -15.
Oh, drop. Yeah, I didn't do the drop on it. Drop. It's still gonna pass, whatever it is. Okay, that's all he needs to do. So he casts this on Xi Ni, and so you're gonna get 3 benefits on your next action, whatever that is.
Groovy.
So that's what Pi Ma Wen does. That is He casts Reflexive Future. Daiyu, you're up.
Does Skeleton Warrior go before me? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought that number 3 was...
Number 3 is already.
He moved.
He moved.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yeah, she's going to move twice,
Okay.
and then it's probably someone else's turn.
Yep.
That puts her at 27. So, I mean,
2.
at 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pang Day.
Pang Day, as she rushes to the Skeletal Warrior, he reaches out with his Guando at number 4 to attack it.
I would say you are impeded by her being in your way. Reach has to be unobstructed.
That cheeky monkey. Then I'm just going to move one to there, because that will give me an attack of opportunity if Skeleton Warrior 1 moves. Is that correct?
Yep.
Then that's what I shall do.
As
Daiyu moves to engage him, he covers her rear, and in case this other monstrosity decides to come up from behind.
Xi Ni, you're up.
I am going to use my walking stick and bash this
Okay.
brittle skeleton warrior.
Just a standard attack then. So standard attacks have no inherent benefits or negatives. They cost 3 AP. Now you'll get 3 benefits regardless, but
Yeah, so I'm going to do the standard attack with the staff. So I'm going to click the combat menu button, and then I'm going to click staff in the chat.
Yep.
And then for benefit, I'm
3.
going to put in a 3.
Yep.
Now, does he have to manually put in that?
Yep.
-3?
It'll ask you additional modifiers. Put a -3 in there because it ran.
-3.
Mhm.
Okay. And then no hardships.
Oh, wow.
Definitely
Nice
hit it.
attack.
Okay, what do these things have? They have Undead 1, but I don't think that really does anything of major importance. It's going to try to block with its shield. So it has a round shield. Combat menu, shield. It has benefits for being a shield, and it has weapon mastery shield. Trained, additional mods, -3. Hardships, no. Now, you, how does it look as you break this thing apart with your strike? So, if you want to look at how it kind of works, you take the 50 minus the 16, so that's 34. You add, okay, so that's a hit, okay. So, you take your bludgeoning, add that, so that's a 35, and then we would subtract his armor, which is, I believe, for a bludgeon is a 2, so that's 32 damage. It's a minion, number 1, so they die anytime they take a wound. He would take a wound because his wound threshold is 12. Anytime you hit somebody above their wound threshold, they take a wound. This is actually double his wound threshold anyway. So he'd have to make a death roll if he wasn't a minion. But minions, anytime they take a wound, they die automatically. So you broke him in half, basically.
Yeah, so I would sort of say that the staff comes up, hits him right in the jaw, which, you know, being made of bone, that just pops that whole skull right apart, and the top of it goes flying.
Chen Feng, what would you like to do?
What's a lunging attack again?
1 hex
It's a-
and attack.
So I can go there.
Yeah.
Or no, I couldn't hit him because he's there.
Right.
I can only move, I guess. Though,
You could
huh?
throw your spear too if you wanted.
No. Chen Feng will move up 1 to here, readying his weapon and incredulous that he's fighting bones on a mountain where they're supposed to be farm. Like, still, like, by the ancestors, I can't even believe this is happening, and just kind of just walks forward, resolved to do it.
Pang Day, I think you know what's happening. This thing moves in on you. Are you going to use an opportunity attack?
Yes, sir. We know the deal.
27. Its base defense is walking through the rules. When you move and get subject to opportunity attack, you cannot actively defend, so you have to use your base defense. His base defense is 8, so it'd be 19 plus 14. He is very dead.
Pang D, predicting after their previous fight with the undead, are fairly simple-minded, and as it moves to him, he turns his back to Daiyu and brings down a stroke across its skeletal chest, exploding as he slices through it.
The warrior next to Daiyu attacks with a reckless attack. Yep, and you do get +3 versus.
It's extra dead.
Yeah, it's extra dead. Not that important probably in this fight, but maybe later. Okay, so 3 benefits for reckless attack versus her, and no hardships. 27. Does that beat your base defense?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you guys see as this thing swings its very old and rusted straight sword. Probably those two are too odd. They don't see it, but Pang De, you see it. It cuts through. You think it hits her, but it just nothing happens. You think it like goes through her arm, but you have seen that before. The Skeletal Warrior up here is going to do a lunge attack, moving down. That's 4 AP, and it is going to attack Chen Feng. So here we go.
Oh, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So, I'm probably not in the position to do so, but would this trigger a defensive action from Chen Feng?
It could. Yeah,
Okay.
you're not adjacent to the attack, though, for Guardian, if that's what you're asking.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yep, but it would.
Thanks.
Yep. So it's doing a lunge attack, no benefits. Additional mods is -3. 15. Does that beat your base defense? Probably.
Yep,
Yep.
it does. Maybe 15 plus slash, right? Whatever one's higher.
It'll be slash, yeah. So you're looking at, if you take that, you're taking 11 damage minus your armor. Slash on the torso.
77.
Injury. You take an injury.
I don't like that. I might have to block it or try to. I prefer not to get hit. Yeah, I'll do
Okay, you can do parry or dodge, whatever.
parry. So defensive 1, that gives me like an extra
Yes, it
benefit.
does.
Or...
Mhm.
Okay. And then shield 1, same thing.
Shield 1 gives you a +1 and additional mods.
Okay. At least
Your
I can roll
buckler.
a shield from the weapons then. Is the benefit factored in? Or does that
No,
have to
you
do
just
with it?
gotta do that.
Okay.
Put you up at 2. You don't defend it, but that's only going to be a 7 versus whatever your armor is, and that's going to be... So basically, the way I kind of see it, it swings, and you just catch it with your buckler, and it's just enough to deflect it, and it hits your armor, but isn't enough to get through to your flesh.
Nice.
So well done. Let's see, who's next? I believe Daiyu is next.
Yeah, she's going to attack.
And don't forget your +3 for undead.
Right.
Yeah, that kills that one. Describe that.
Yeah, as the skeleton swings, she shimmers slightly and the blade just passes through and it kind of stumbles forward a little bit, meeting no resistance, and as it's off balance, she comes back through and slides her blade cleanly through its torso, separating slicing the ribs and the entire rib cage in half. It kind of falls apart in 2 pieces.
Chen Feng, what would you like to do?
So reckless attack gives you
3
benefits too, or just
3.
1? 3?
Mhm.
3 benefits, and you take a hardship when you defend?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do a reckless.
Okay. And that's 4 AP.
The spear. So 3 from reckless, 1 from mastery.
Mhm.
Trained.
19 head hit. So 19 there, it's going to try to block with its shield again. Let me move it up to 5. Okay. Shield. Benefit 1. Just 2. Yeah, it just ding off its shield as it like knocks it aside. It is Pi Ma Wen's turn. Pi Ma Wen, I don't think he has any offensive spells whatsoever. He'll just cast the same thing to get 3 benefits to his friend. Magic menu. Psyche this time. Benefits none. Trained. Additional mods none. Hardships none. Targeted no. 3 spell effects. 25. That is enough to give you 3 benefits on your next action. Your next skill check, I should say. So, Pi Ma Wen is done. And I believe you're up.
Okay. I will try this lunge.
Yep. So you can move and attack. Move 1 hex and attack. You -3 on your additional mods, but you get 3 benefits as well.
Okay.
.24. It's going to try to block. 2 benefits. Train. Additional mods 2. What did you roll? Nope. So that's not going to be enough to hurt it.
Right.
Yeah, it hits off its shield, but isn't able to damage it. That's 4 AP for you on that. A move and attack. Let's see who is next. It is Zyo Daiyu.
She's looking around for other foes, seeing that Pang De has dispatched the other one over here. She's going to head toward this guy. I think she's going to just try to get close enough to throw. She can't really throw through these guys, I'm assuming.
You could. So there's a rule. If people are in... So if somebody's in the line of sight, that is -3. I would say you have 2 people in line of sight, so it'd be -6. And if you want to make sure that you don't hit them on a miss, you take a hardship. You can not do that if you want, but if you miss, you will hit one of your allies. So it's both those things combined.
Okay. My range is 4. So when it's, I'd be at.
I mean, you
I'm not
could
even
throw it.
range
You
right
could
now.
throw it from here, and it would just be a medium throw, because that's your base range band 4. So it's double that is medium, or half that is medium range.
Okay.
So you could throw from here at medium range if you wanted.
I'm gonna just do that.
Okay, so it's
I
so.
haven't
Would you like to take a
yet.
hardship or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a
Okay,
hardship.
so it's -6 additional mods, and then medium range, and hardship.
Don't kill anyone.
She can't if she takes a hardship. That's the good thing.
Slip could probably find a way.
Yeah.
So you miss, but you don't hit your friends.
I mean, are they really that close, though?
Right. Your allies in this battle.
My acquaintances. Get out of the way!
Pi Ma Wen looks over, I kind of envisioned the throwing knife going over its head, and he turns, and Pang Day, you're up.
Pang Day, after dispatching the first skeleton, looks back to Daiyu as she dispatches the second and forgets how lithe she is as she almost blurs with the speed and grace of her movement. And he kind of appreciates it, but then almost frowns as he sees her throw the knife, and it misses badly.
Yes.
Himself. Advise her against that later. With that said, is the Skeleton Warrior number 2 the only one that is currently visible?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
In that case, that's 5 action points right there. Or, excuse me, 5 spaces.
Are you running?
So that's, what, 3 action
Yep.
points?
Can do that.
There you go.
Okay, you're running. You have zigzag too, right?
Yes, sir. -6.
Okay. It is the skeleton's turn. It's going to reckless attack. 1d2. Chen Feng.
Can I make a defensive action?
You
Can I have Guardian?
absolutely you can.
Sweet. I want to do a defensive disarm. I think that's a thing, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. And you can do it with 3 benefits. So defensive disarm, I believe, is 2 hardships. Is that correct? Without looking. Let me look. It's at least
So
1.
many pages.
Yeah.
So if it attempts
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to click on. Defensive
I don't
action.
see. Rolls their skill check as normal.
Defensive disarm. Yep. The attacker must target the arm. That causes 1 hardship, and in addition, 1 hardship taking the arm, 1 arm. Total of 2 hardships. Yep. So
Okay,
2
so-
hardships and 3 benefits.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Combat.
Let me attack first because he might just miss, and you won't
Okay.
have to do it. Benefits 3. He did not miss, so you can go ahead and.
Okay, so benefits 3, and no additional mods, but hardships 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. How does it look as you disarm this thing?
Can I just can I have shattered? It's like actually I went to swipe the weapon, but missed the weapon and actually hit its elbow joint and just popped off that whole section of bone.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Chen Feng, you're getting ready to defend with your buckler, and this giant man comes over, and you would have got 2 more, actually, so you would have gotten 2 more benefits with your defensive 2 as well, so just so you know. But didn't even matter.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah, you just, he's swinging, the thing is swinging at you, and he just shatters its arm, and the blade just falls on the ground. And defensive disarm is how many APs? Probably 3.
It is. It says 2 plus 1 to 3. I don't know what the 1 to 3 means.
Let's see. I don't.
Is that under defensive action?
Mm-hmm. Defensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
looking
4.
at just
It's
4.
4.
I'm,
Mhm.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong
That's
thing.
fine.
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
Oh, 610.
Put it on the wrong person even.
That's a lot.
I think this is about to be over anyway, so. Okay. Pi Ma Wen again. He's gonna move up 1. He just moves up. Oh, actually, no. He's gonna do a 3. He's gonna give Chen Feng. He's gonna try to bless him, but he has got to do a reach. So this is gonna be 3 dice, but only 2 benefits if he makes it for this spell. So he's gonna try to give you some a boost. So Psyche, no target technically. Benefit, no. No. Targeted, no. Spell effects 3. Yes, you get 2 benefits on your next attack, and then it is your turn.
Especially, literally disarm.
Yeah, it has no weapon currently.
So 3, 4.
Recklessing.
Yep.
Cool. So that would be a total of, let's see, 3, 5, 6. 6 benefits.
6 benefits. Okay.
You have Weapon Master, right?
Yes. It's gonna be 3 from Reckless, 1 from Mastery, 2 from
Yep.
the Monkey.
It'll try to block again. Benefit 1. Nope, benefit 2. Shield 2 benefits. Trained additional mods 2. Okay, it's a hit. But I don't think it's going to be enough to hurt it. Oh, head hit though. Let's see.
27 minus
1, 4, 5. Right? So it's 10. Not enough to hurt it. You like stab it in the eye, but like it's just not an
No eye.
Yeah, no eye. Usually,
It would have killed anyone else.
right? You're used to that killing people, but just not on this thing. It should be at 9 because it just defended. So, Daiyu's up again.
She'll start moving up.
Okay.
Running, I guess.
Sure. Just tell me where you want to go.
I think that's 5.
Okay, so you're using 3 AP to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
You have zigzag as well, don't you?
I think so. I don't remember. I think I did take
Yeah,
zigzag.
Pang Day, you're up.
Pang Day, as he positions himself, as the skeleton is dealing with both Feng and Xi Ni, lines up a strike and swings at the remaining Skeletal Warrior.
Okay. End him rightly.
Thundered attack.
Yeah, it's dead.
The black dragon cleaves into his arm and then through his torso on the other side as it kind of stands there for a moment before falling apart and collapsing into a heap of bones on the ground.
Daiyu nods and then looks around, picks up her swallowtail knife, looks at it like she's not happy with it, and sheathes it again. We should hurry. More of these might rise.
Wen Xi Ni sort of prods the skeleton at his feet with his walking stick a bit and says, looks at Chen Feng and says, I do not think we will be getting any wine.
Yeah, he looks at the skeleton, he blinks a couple times. No, I expect we will not find wine. Not among these, for certain.
So the armor that these things are wearing, is it from a particular period?
Give me a lore.
Sure, that'll be fun.
Let's say challenging.
Mental skill?
It's knowledge. Yep, mental.
Oh, I doubt very seriously I'm trained at that. Let me look. Oh my gosh, I am.
I'm actually curious about that.
Yeah, you're not sure Wen Xi Ni, but maybe Chen Feng is. Also not sure.
Doesn't look like the stuff we wear nowadays, though, does it?
It's so disintegrated, it's hard to know.
Hard to tell. Okay. Well, it never hurts to check the coin purse. I don't think they're going to mind. And Wen Xi Ni will reach down and just, check to see if it has a coin purse.
Daiyu kind of runs up and says, "You would rob the dead of Wudang? Do you seek to be cursed?"
No, of course not. I make a joke. I had you with that one.
Yes, a good joke. And she looks around nervously.
Yeah,
We should go.
there's still corpses everywhere. There's corpses hanging from the gallows, swinging in the wind.
Fighting small numbers of these, while easy for people like us, if more of them rise, a wave of them is something even we could not stand against. I suggest we move forward.
I agree. I would like to be done with this as soon as possible. I did not expect to see you proven right so soon, Peng Day. But I cannot deny what is in front of me.
It
It's
is
a
something-
pitiful healer if these are his patients.
Very true.
Yeah, okay. Head back up the mountain. And you're looking around and you're just not exactly sure where to go. There's a couple different paths up and there's some bit of confusion. I would like everyone to give me a survival roll. When I checked early, Pang Day's the only one that's trained, I'm pretty sure.
Woot woot.
Oh,
King me.
oh wow.
And
Nice
Wow.
roll. Yeah, so Chen Feng, you're not really sure exactly what's happening up here, but you get a pretty good sense of where to go. You're able to look through the fog and tell that you need to, take certain trails up, and you're able to lead everyone where you think someone else would have went. You think that all these other, you always pick the right path. Everything else you think goes back down to that stupid battlefield again. And so you get to pretty much the crest of this part of the mountain, at least, and you see in front of you a cave.
Yeah, Fang navigates it all and they come upon it. I do not know how, but I feel that this is the route we should be on.
if the spirits guide you along this path, who am I to deny them?
Yes.
I,
I hope it is the right spirits.
yes,
Every spirit from a bottle is the right spirit.
I question if I should trust any spirits that have brought me along my path so far, but I don't know. It felt that this must be the way. I'm assuming I don't recognize this cave, though.
No. You
Even though I do not recognize this.
This is a cave.
Yes, there should not be a cave here.
Why should there not be a cave here?
I have been to this region before, and this was not a cave.
You have been to Wudang?
No, And he... Never mind.
Daiyu kind of approaches the cave curiously.
Feng Di
It-
follows suit. What do you sense, Daiyu?
She shrugs. The winds are silent. The sound from the cave is strange. It's like listening to many voices at once. Do they hear anything when they get closer to the cave?
Give me a perception check.
Xi Ni, what does your monkey tell you?
Yeah, Pi Ma Wen, he's telling, Wen Xi Ni that basically, well, I'm going to actually whisper you because that's probably best.
Wen Xi Ni sort of reaches up and idly scratches the monkey's head, and he says, he doesn't like this place. That must mean that there are no whores or wine inside.
That's a pity.
Wen Xi Ni will take a defensive stance. He didn't get to see how Pang De and Daiyu handled themselves, except there at the very end. So I guess he would sort of stand between Chen Feng and Daiyu, not knowing which of those two is going to be most in need of defense.
She will not let you get in front of her. She like kind of pushes you to the side irritatedly going, I am listening. Shh. Does she hear anything?
You hear what you think might be grumbling. Can you see Bo? Okay. Yeah, you hear some sort of voices from inside the cave, you think.
I hear voices. Not the
voice.
winds. I hear person voices.
People, not demons.
Spirits can sometimes sound and look like people. I do not know, but the voices sound human.
Perhaps we have found Old White Mane.
Do any of them have anything to give light? I'm assuming it's dark inside the cave.
Yeah, nobody has any torches, not expecting to be outside at night or... Yeah.
It is very dark in there. She's just gonna call out, White Mane! White Mane!
Yeah, somebody actually yells back, and I'll just kind of move you over just because why not? You hear somebody's yell back, Help me! Help me! Young lady, help me! You don't see him, but...
She steps into the cave and kind of stands there trying to see if her eyes are going to adjust enough for her to see.
I mean, you see a few feet in, probably 6 to 10 feet, but you think the voice is coming from deep into the cave.
We must find some sort of light.
If anyone can start a fire, I can perhaps tie a bit of cloth around the end of my spear.
Well, do
Except
we
for
have the
light.
ability to make fire?
I'm assuming we've got the ability to make fire.
Got any rocks near this cave?
Sure. Yeah, you can make some fire. You make a little torch. Are you using your spear?
Let's see if there's any dry wood in
Yeah,
the
we'll
area.
we'll just say
yeah.
you can see well enough. Regardless, with with some dry log, you use this as a torch.
Yeah.
Now Chen Feng has the belly shirt.
He lost his bandana.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Bummer.
Do we all have two-handed weapons? Is that the problem?
I can't use my shield while I have my spear and the.
Daiyu doesn't.
Daiyu.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can
Oh.
take it.
Yeah, she wanted to go first anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, he got a sword.
Ah, it's very dangerous.
Yeah,
You go
Chen Feng
first.
will hand the torch to Daiyu.
Daiyu, before you.
So Wen Xi Ni will be careful not to get in front of Jiagyu, but he will stand, half step behind and to one side, especially since she is now burdened with the light source,
Mhm.
just so that he can cover her undefended side.
Out loud, Daiyu turns around and looks at the monkey and says, I shall endeavor not to give you the pleasure of seeing that happen. And she'll step forward a little more cautiously than she probably would have before.
Yeah.
Be careful, Daiyu. You can't dodge what you can't see.
And you do see something wrapped up in. You're not sure offhand what it is, but something is wrapped around this old man, and it's suspending him from the top of the cave, and he's struggling against it. Oh, young lady, help an old man out! Cut me down from this infernal casing.
I will, she looks around. What put you there?
I did not see what it was. All I knew was I was stuck, and then I passed out in fear. Oh, and now I'm here. I haven't seen anyone for days. I'm very hungry, and I've soiled myself.
The casing that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe that for us?
It's white. It's wrapped around his body. If you would like a more distinct answer, you can roll me. I would say sciences or animal handling, even.
Shit, yeah, I took animal handling.
I actually have
Yes.
that.
I think this is the first animal handling in Heroes and Hardships history. So.
Yes.
No pressure.
So, Ghost, I'll just whisper you this. I think you know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the hair of a mountain goat.
Right?
Chen Feng looks around. That is quite a lot of spider web that he is weaved into.
Spiderweb. Daiyu starts to turn around slowly in a circle, looking for whatever did this.
As you speak aloud, you kind of hear this kind of like a sharp, not pounding exactly, almost like a chittering on the ground. Doesn't seem very quiet or attempting to be quiet. And you see this from your torches at the edge of your torchlight. You see this creature in the distance. If I can get it. What the hell? Okay. It is a very large, bulbous, almost, you think, and the bottom of it is a spider, and on the back there's extra arms like spider arms, and in front of its skin is very palish blue almost, and hair is white. It stands there in front of you and watches you without doing anything at this time. So it's basically a drider.
Daiyu is going to set the torch down on the floor gently and like take maybe a couple steps forward, hands out. She's got her sword in one hand, but it's her other hand's out in kind of a gesture of I don't mean you harm, and she's going to kind of bow a little bit. I am sorry to disturb you in your realm, but this one, and she points to Whitemane, does not belong here.
Yes, I agree. He came into my home. On accident, surely, but it is my home nonetheless, as you have. And now he will stay.
I am afraid that is not possible. I have, and she looks back at the others, other tasks I have been assigned. But I will take this one and we will be out of here and you will need think of us no longer.
You can give me a perception roll if you would like, or persuasion roll. Oops. 15 is not terrible. Let's see. 42 is what I want, I think. Where is it? The creature... No, I'm sorry, girl. Someone has entered my cave and, well, very rudely woken me. You are all lucky that I have already woken up. So, he stays or you one of you stay. I mean you no harm, but I am lonely.
Daiyu is moving forward very slowly and trying to appear unthreatening, but she wants to close the distance.
You can do a stealth.
Okay.
Actually, I would say that's acting.
Acting. Yeah. Okay.
While you're getting that ready, Wen Xi Ni sort of reaches up and grabs Pi Ma Wen and sort of puts him down at his feet.
Pi Ma Wen is... He immediately goes behind you. So I would say that's read person for her, just real quick. I mean, I don't... Is she trained in that? Hold on.
Daiu's just continuing to talk as she's approaching. I'm afraid that any of us would be bad company. And this one, if he stays much longer, he will expire, and he smells very bad, yes?
Yeah, she hisses, and the back of her bulbous body swings around with this nasty, like, stinger. Stay back, daughter of Wundan, or you will meet your last days here in my cave. And your purpose is not served to die here. That much I am sure.
As the witch says that, she looks unconsciously over her shoulder at Pang Day, and she stops. And she kind of bites her lip. Speak the truth. And she just kind of looks back at the others. Perhaps your friend will survive without this healer.
Uh, and Chen Feng, it seems like he's been wrestling with something for a minute. He has kind of grimaces. And you will release him if one of us stays?
Yes. I only need one plaything.
Old White Mane is necessary for many survival. Chen Feng looks to the three of them. I will stay if it will allow the healer to leave.
Pang Day, not knowing Chen Feng very long, kind of looks to him. What are you saying? This is foolish. You know you will never leave here alive.
That may be so, but as I have said, I have much to atone for, and if Old White Mane returns, he will save many. Not just now, but in coming years for as long as he lives. And to whom he teaches his art, that will save many more. I was a bandit. This is the least that I could do.
Pang Day looks to Daiyu. He's definitely out of his element in this moment, and she seems to be aware of this creature. What do you think we should do?
She seems to be wrestling with something internally, and she kind of grimaces as she says, I cannot say, Pengde. It is for you to decide your fate, not me.
Wen Xi Ni gives a big belly laugh. Oh, you great wise one of the cave, you have spun quite a tale here, but surely there is something that would entertain you more than old men and young men who should be best out in the fields sowing their oats, huh? Ah, perhaps there is something that you would prefer more than the company of one of us. Perhaps there is something that you seek that is not in the cave, that you is too far away for you to get, that we could go and fetch for you, and in return you let us all leave.
There's only one thing that I can think of. Lead me from Wudan, out of the mists where you came from, and then you can all go.
Splendid, yes, yes. Then cut down the frail old man. I will sling him over my shoulder and we shall all leave together. Come, come. Gather your things. Surely you must have things that are precious to you. Get them. We will all go.
Are you being deceptive? Or are you being... Okay.
No, not at
then
all.
I have nothing I need. And she looks to the others to see if they're going to... what they're going to do by this idea.
Daiyu looks shocked. That would be a sin. To release a spirit onto the world. Only the gods can give permission for this.
The gods brought us here, did they not?
Yes, I agree with your friend.
Pi Ma Wen brought us here. She seems actually a little out of her depth. We were told to close the breach. This...
This is the opposite of what we're meant to do. We're here to seal the breach, not release creatures from it. And I will not deal or deal with demons. You will release White Mane and allow us to leave.
You have my terms. Someone stays, the boy, or I come with you. Or you can all join me here, and I will feast on your bones.
Feng, you trust me as I trust Daiyu. I ask you to trust me now. Your fate does not end in this dank and dark cave with this monster.
Then if we wish to return with Old White Mane, there is only one thing we can do, Peng.
Yes, yes, we should all go outside. Perhaps we will think differently under the sun. Yes, come, let us all go. Cut that thing down. Let us all go together. Outside, where it is bright, and our thoughts might be more clear.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but Daiyu probably doesn't.
Peng
she
gets it.
literally has a flaw that makes her not really get people. You think we should bring her outside?
Yes, we should all go. Come. You have nothing here inside. He gestures to the spider woman. You have nothing in here of value. Come, let us go. Come. And he shoos Pi Ma Wen ahead of him back towards the cave. Cut down the old man, woman. And, you know, he's shooing the macaque outside, and he's waving the spider woman to follow him. And he heads towards the mouth of the cave.
She goes over to White Mane and she cuts the webbing that's attaching him to the ceiling, but kind of hoists him over her shoulder. He will be released when I am free. If you stay true to your bargain, he lives and the rest of you live. But I don't think these ones share your same mind. You all go first, and I will follow, at a pace of, let's say, 100 paces. If this is acceptable, we will go. If not, then we will stay here, or I will stay here with this old one, or the young one, whichever you prefer.
Daiyu's just looking at Pang Day for guidance. It sounded like Wen Xi Ni is kind of headed up out of the cave.
I mean, he's not going to go so that he's out of line of sight of everyone,
Right.
but he's definitely trying to wave you all out. A very encouraging grin on his face. Come, there's no wine in this cave. Let us go where there's wine and sunshine.
Peng Di kind of closes his eyes in thought, shakes his head no a little, but he also is fairly certain, or at least he hopes he's certain in what Pi Ma Wen, or excuse me, Xi Ni is alluding to. And he follows him or moves towards him, not saying anything.
Daiyu starts to follow, keeping herself kind of between the witch and everyone else. And she turns kind of to the side and says to Chen Feng, "You do not want to stay with this witch. You think this will redeem you, but here on Wudang, what she does to you could last. It could have no end. You might think that anything she does to you would last only a brief time, but time here," she shakes her head, "it is different."
Feng will walk along with Daiyu, and even so, I have many things to answer for. More things by the day, it seems. If Old White Mane would live, it would not be the worst exchange of lives. But it seems that that is not the decision we have made today.
She doesn't really respond. She seems to disagree with you, but can't really argue the point. She doesn't really understand what's going on. But she keeps turning around and looking over her shoulder at the witch, looking at her suspiciously, almost threateningly, like, keep your distance.
Day kind of puts a hand on Daiyu's shoulder and leans in and, "Tell me, do you make deals with demons?"
No, Pang Day. I do not.
And he looks to the monkey and kind of almost rolls his eyes that he's asking a monkey a question, but goes, Pi Ma Wen, do you make deals with demons?
He looks back at you and just shakes his head.
Then there is nothing more to discuss. With the witch saying that she would keep 100 paces back, what Xi Ni is implying, while a good idea will just be another stalemate at the mouth of the cave. He kind of turns to the witch and he goes, there will be no more deals. You will turn White Mane over or you will face my blade.
Yeah, she just and tosses White Mane to the side and like kind of stand up is probably bad, but rises up in her full height, and she is bigger than Manu, certainly wider, and looks down on you all and just hisses, "Very well." And I guess we're going to be doing some initiative. So I have her in the middle of 3 squares. I'm trying to work out how big figures work on a hex map. So you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm just going to do this. This is kind of ugly, but she's in all those, okay? Yeah, she's thick. Let me make sure that... Let me clear this thing. Move all turns. Okay, go ahead and roll initiative. Oh my goodness. Crappy roll. Okay, let me... Yeah, you're not gonna like the first thing that happens, but...
Don't forget the monkey.
Yeah.
We never do.
The monkey's got some good stuff, man. Not a good roll for the monkey, but... Okay, I'm gonna roll for her.
Better than half our party.
Is this how you want us positioned?
You can position yourself pretty much any way you want, just don't come any closer.
The exit's this way?
This way down here. It could be... Yeah, it's to your right, down this way.
Probably would have been the closest to
Where's
it.
White Mane?
He's right next to her. I can put him on the... Boop, 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 boop.
He's a giant.
It's bigger than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm. All right. She has Fear 3. She has a ability or an ancestry trait called Terrifying Form. So as she hisses at you, her face kind of opens up into the, like her mouth opens up into these mandibles, and it is not pleasant to look at. So it's going to be an environmental effect. So it's a rank 3 fear effect. So she will roll her thing. Number of d10s. Okay. So you guys got to beat do a courage roll and beat a 16.
So gear wise, I have an award for valor that gives +3
Yep.
to pre-roll courage.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll take that, and then.
Oh, Pang Day!
fortitude.
Oh my God,
oh my
you guys!
gosh!
Whoa!
I've got decent courage too.
Fate's a thing
Alright.
too. I would let
so
you retroactively roll a. I would let you burn or spend a fate. If you spend a fate, you roll another d10 and we'll see if it helps.
So what's the effect cause? We just can't attack like.
Well, you take
for
mental
a
you take
round
mental
roll?
wounds, and this one makes you flee.
So hey, I'm
Yep,
sorry
no,
to
you're good.
ask a mechanical question.
Sure, go ahead.
So I have an ability called Courage. It says I get a +1 pre-roll modifier.
Oh, so you have skilled courage, probably. Yeah, so you
yeah,
just put plus
yeah.
1 to additional mods.
in that mod.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just one though, not plus.
Yeah,
You don't get
just a
double
1.
plus.
Yep.
So what would happen if we would run away?
You would run away for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. That's a 50-50 chance for me, even if I
Okay, you guys are good.
bend. So I'm gonna burn.
You're gonna burn. That's plus 20.
Yeah. So that'll.
Okay, so you
That'll
stick
bend.
around. All right, let me remove your fate point. Oh, that's your last one. Okay.
only had. Wait, that shouldn't be my last one. I had
it's,
2. I didn't burn one.
Let's just see 1 in there. If you have 2, that's fine. You're unless you just marked
Oh.
it down. Anyway,
I might have accidentally
That's
taken it
fine.
off when I spent it last
fine.
time. Okay.
Yep.
What is spending one?
spending 1, you can roll an extra d10. Typically, you would do that before the roll, but you have to basically get
I need a 4.
yeah, you need a 10. You need to roll 10.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Exploded. I don't need to keep exploding.
Nope, you don't.
Okay.
So nobody runs away. Pang Day, let me okay, so you have 1. I'm gonna temporarily move that down to 0.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So nobody runs away, but and everybody beat the roll, so they don't take mental wounds. So that's the first thing. Now we're at normal combat. Pang Day, you're up.
Seeing it rear up and reveal its monstrosity of a face, and just, I am not scared of the likes of you, as he swings his guando at it. Now, does this count as undead? Or
It is not undead.
I do not think so. We'll do a standard attack here.
$32. Okay, let's see. So it has big. It's like Manu. It's pretty easy to hit. So it's gonna have to roll.
What was big, by the way? I forgot about that.
Say what?
What was big again?
So
As
it does a
Hardships
couple
is
things. Big on defensive. If you have size 1 and it has size 2, so basically big just gives size +1. But size, the way that works is if you are 1 size greater than the attacker, you take -10 to your base defense. And if you are attacking, here's the thing that sucks. You take -5 to your post-roll damage, and it doubles its post-roll damage against you. So that's the main things.
Mhm.
So, but it's going to dodge. It's going to try to dodge. There it is. What did you...
Ow.
Yeah, it's... You swing and it's going for one of its legs and it just moves it out of the way. It's actually faster when it's actively defending itself than you might assume. That's 1 for it. So it evades you. Daiyu.
She's gonna lunge.
Yep, you can.
So that's a -3 to the attack.
Yes. It is being ganged up on now. It takes -3 to its defense rolls.
Is that per attacker?
That's not right.
Yeah, there's a double negative in there
minus.
somehow.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
we can
I'll
figure it
do
out.
again.
We don't. You don't need to do that. So here,
It's 43, I think.
43 minus 3.
40. Okay. It's gonna have to dodge. Okay. Do all the AP stuff first. Okay, so you said 40, right? So that's 15.
And this
Mhm.
Does it subtract 3 from that dodge roll?
Yes, it does. Yes,
For
it
being
does. Yes,
ganged
it
up
does.
on.
18 damage, or 18 plus 4. So that's
And-
22.
her weapon has breach.
We'll see if that matters. 22. She has. Where did it hit her? Torso. So that's torso does have 4 slashing, so that's -2. So it's 16 damage. That is enough to wound her.
And then she takes an injury as well.
Because you have mortal whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, how does that look as you stab into her bulbous body?
Yeah, her attention's focused on Pang Day. Daiyu takes a deep breath, seeing him stand his ground. She knows probably better than anyone how dangerous these creatures of the spirit realm can be, but if he's going to stick around, she's not going to leave. And while she's distracted with that attack by Pang Day, she lunges forward, slicing into the carapace at the center and sinking deep. And as she pulls out, probably some ichor starts to ooze from the wound.
Yeah. Pi Ma Wen jumps off Shini's shoulder and runs up behind Pang Day and Daiyu. And Chen Feng, you're up.
I think he's just gonna move in, pretty much. Not much else for it. Yeah, he gets his shield and spear up and gives a battle cry and rushes in. Gets stuck in.
Wen Xi Ni.
Okay, so I'm gonna run. Right.
Yep, you can run.
So I have to go in a straight line. That counts as a
Yeah,
straight
that's fine.
line.
How many hexes?
And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 4
Okay,
hexes.
So it costs 2. Costs 2, and then you're at -3 all your stuff. 2 hit and 2 be hit. All right.
Okay.
So it would be Pi Ma Wen's turn. Pi Ma Wen is going to... He can't reach you, so his easiest thing is to cast on Daiyu, and he will. He's going to do 4... He's going to try to give her 4 benefits on her next attack. Yep, that's what he's going to do. So... Magic menu. He's got a -3 for running last round. Psyche. Did I click Psyche? Psyche. Target, no target. Benefit, no. Trained. Yes. Additional mods, -3. Hardships, no. Targeted, no. Spell effects, 4. Okay. That works. So you're going to have 4 benefits on your next action. Next roll, basically.
Awesome.
So you feel Pi Ma Wen hit you in the backside several times, and you feel you've not felt this before. Probably Wen Xi Ni has, and you feel like emboldened and more skillful in your art suddenly. And he's done, so he'll be at 5, and then it's its turn. Oh, let me look. Hold on. I think I gotta do this. It is going to use its innate power. Yeah, that's not really... that's unfortunate. It's going to try to spin a web on Daiyu.
All right. And with my guardian, can I perform a defensive action?
You actually... yeah, you could. You could actually on this one because it's actually not a spell; it's a power, so you can. So she's gonna let her cast first, though.
Yep.
Or ignite, whatever the terminology is. I don't even know. All right. So magic menu, essence. It is targeted on her. And she can use those benefits to defend too if she wants. If she does defend, she has to actually.
Right.
Additional mods, there's none there. Targeted, yes. Oh, actually no, because this is a power, so it doesn't use your magic defense, doesn't use spell effects, doesn't do any of that stuff. So 33. So you can dodge, or you can. Actually, it would be hit. It's actually Wen Xi Ni's turn first. He gets to act.
All right. So basically, shooting like a spinneret
Yes.
is coming out. So what he wants to try to do is with his staff, he wants to try to grab the rope of spinneret and
Absolutely
block it.
Yep,
Basically,
you can do that.
So I believe, if I understand it correctly, it's 1 AP to block parry.
Yes. Well, you
Okay.
need to do the guardian thing, right? You need to do that action. How does guardian read?
It says you make a normal
Okay,
defensive
then
action when
you
an
can.
adjacent character would normally make a defensive
Yep.
action. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to block then. Ooh,
-3 on your roll.
where is that in combat,
Addition.
though?
What do you mean?
For block.
It's
block,
just
yeah.
1 AP. Oh, just use
No, I
use
mean,
your
what do I
attack roll. Use your
Oh, I use my
Yep.
attack roll. And because my staff is defensive
Yep.
2, I had to add 2 benefits,
Correct.
yeah? Okay. And then train.
-3 on
But
additional
then
mods.
I get -3 because I ran, right? Okay.
Nope. You're
Oh,
you're
so
unable
close.
to block that. So you try, but it's just a little too fast. But Daiyu, you still
Okay.
can defend if you want.
Now, this isn't a hit points thing, so like it does exceed her base defense, so she would get stuck
Yes.
by it
Mhm.
regardless of. Okay. She's gonna defend
Yep.
then.
You get 4 benefits to do so. So you could use anything you want, dodge or your blade.
Yeah, she's gonna dodge. She's gonna dodge. She actually gets 5 benefits because she's got another thing that gives her a
Mhm.
benefit.
Yeah, how does that look as the this web flies out but misses?
Yeah, it shoots out so fast. Out of the corner of her eye, she sees Wen Xi Ni kind of lunging forward with his staff. It misses by inches. But there's like a rush of air, almost a whistle, as she moves, maybe 2 feet to the left, in just a blur. And the web just kind of hits the ground where she was.
Yep, Pain Day, you're up. Cannot attack through those guys.
I was just gonna say people will eventually
I
remember.
think I'm up.
Oh, are you? Sorry. Oh yeah, you are. Sorry. Chen Feng's up first anyway.
Yeah, reckless looks good.
Yep. $21. Definitely has to defend. Combat menu. Dodge.
So we'll be at -6 then for 3 being big and then 3.
No, it doesn't take. No, big does not. Big only hurts its base defense. But it has a hardship and injury, as you can see. If you hover over the roll, he hit it. So that's 12 plus 3. So -5. So you do no post-roll damage. So that's because it's bigger than you. So that's 12. 12 piercing. Let me see if it has any pierce armor that'll go through. Where? I don't think it has much, if anything. So half of that. So that only one. So 11 damage. Torso. Yep, that would hit it for an injury.
So Feng rushes in as the fighting goes on over here with the web flying out. He stabs it kind of in side flank with a spear, rips it out. The ooze bubbles out.
Okay. So you're 6. I'm just going to put a marker on you about your reckless attack because I often forget. Okay. All right. It is... Now it's Pang Day's turn.
So if I move to here, will I have uninhibited?
Yes, because
access
you can
to
hit this back quarter if you want.
It's like, can I hit it?
Yes.
Too?
You move 2, right?
All right, that's right. Yep, 2 spaces.
Okay. Wen Xi Ni.
I'm going to attempt a rushed attack.
Okay, you can do that.
So
hardship.
if I'm reading it, yeah, 1 hardship, but otherwise it's normal,
mhm.
yeah? Okay.
Okay, so I forgot to do this last time, but it's actually being ganged up on by... It's going to have a -9 to this roll. Because it's threatened by so many people. Basically what it is everybody over 1, it's a -3. Okay. So, dodge. Dodge. -9. 5. That is 18. No post-roll damage. 15 damage. Let's see what the bludgeoning is on that. Come on, open up. Gear. Only 2. So 13. That's enough to give her an injury. As you hit her across the legs.
It's good. More negatives we can give her, the better.
Okay, so did you understand how that worked math-wise? So the 23 minus the 5, obviously, that's 18.
Mm-hmm.
Then she has her big, so you don't get your bludgeon 1 because she's big. It's -5 to all post-roll attacks per size difference with a minimum of 0.
Okay.
So you don't get that. So you're 18. Now I minus the 3 from hitting her in the leg. That's 15. And then I've subtracted 2 from her armor for her armor, which is 13.
Gotcha.
So that's how I came up with that number. Okay, so she has 3 injuries. All right, let's see. Oh boy. The question is, did I add her? Was she at 5 before that turn? Or was she at 4? Let's see. She's dodged at least twice. Yeah, she
was at 5.
She should be at 6.
So,
she should be at 6.
Yeah.
Yep, that's important. All right. So that means she is Pang Day.
Dang. As the creature begins to be overwhelmed by his comrade in arms, Pang Day lines up a very lethal shot and unleashes a reckless attack of swings and thrusts and violent attacks on the bitch. So that's a reckless, so that's +3 benefits.
3 plus whatever you normally have.
Yep.
$47. Oh. Boy, oh boy. I mean, she's gonna try to dodge. -9. No. 44 plus 9, because that's the remainder of your damage. 44 minus 9. What did I say? 44 plus 9. Yep. 53. You have breach. And you have slashing. That might get her to 0. It does. -3. So what did I say? 50? No, not 50. 63. 60. We're at 60. So, just to do a sanity check. 47 minus, what did she roll? 3. Plus 9. Minus 3. Nothing else. 50. I don't know where I got 60 from. Okay. Alright, 50. So she needs to make a death roll. Death roll. Let's see. She had...
And you make the death roll when you go over your wound threshold?
No, you make the death roll when you go over, in one shot, double your wound threshold, your mortality threshold.
Okay.
So she has to beat a 50 with this roll.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
good luck is right. Nope. What does it look like?
As she is being overwhelmed, stabbed by Daiyu, Feng piercing her with a spear, Xi Ni attacking. Pang Day lines up a reckless attack on her abdomen and slices down cleanly, cutting off the rear section of her, and then she kind of roars in pain as ooze and ichor, kind of spits out from the adrenaline on the back of her before she kind of collapses slowly onto the ground with a kind of a screech. Her monstrous face kind of recedes into its original state. This is how I deal with demons. I do not make deals with them. I decapitate them.
That was not her head, but I approve.
Pi Ma Wen is jumping up and down, like doing basically a dance. Seems happy.
Pang Day goes over to White Mane to kind of help try and get him out of the webbing.
Oh, thank you, young man.
I am Pang Day of Liang, and you are safe with us.
I thank you, Pang Day of Liang. Oh, help this old man from this place. I don't know how I became lost here. It's so strange. A mountain came out of nowhere.
It is a long story. I will tell you on the way down.
Thank you, young man. Let your name be revered by all of the Han Dynasty. All of you.
Pang Day motioning with his hands. Let me introduce my friends. This is Chen Feng, Wen Xi Ni, and my good friend Zyo Daiyu.
Hello, old man. We must get you back. For there's someone who needs your expertise in healing. The whores are doing a bad job.
He looks, his eyes kind of get white.
Ah, yes, they are not much for the healing arts. If he is wounded, they may rip open his stitches with all that extracurricular activity. Something I am far too old for. Help me up, young man.
He reaches up to Chang after he's cut loose.
Yeah, Chen Feng will help him up. Let us get you from this place as quickly as we can. He looks to the others. I can't believe we're able to bring that thing down. It's a monster.
It's a demon. More and more of them are trying to come through.
No demon can stand before Pang Day and Daiyu.
Yes. Although, I must admit my first instinct was not to stay and fight this creature. But now I see, together we cannot be stopped by these evil spirits.
Pi Ma Wen is making
Wen Xi Ni
a
sort of
racket behind you guys. He's almost like he's laughing, jumping in place.
Daiyu shoots him a dirty look.
Wen Xi Ni is sort of walking around the corpse of this spider thing, sort of poking it with his staff. Does it seem like it is made of, flesh?
I would say yes.
This thing, this is what you call a demon?
It is a demon, yes.
Probably not good for eating then, huh?
I would not eat it, no.
I know you are in need of food and wine, but let us wait till we return, and I will be more than happy to give you plenty of both.
The old man, the wizened elder, he has not eaten in many days. I thought perhaps we could, I don't know.
I would rather eat the monkey.
And Pi Ma Wen just looks. You see his head turn.
Daiyu starts smiling and nodding. Yes, excellent idea.
After listening to what Pai Mei had to say, Pang Di kind of laughs and, perhaps the old man is right.
Wen Xi Ni will say, well, come then. You... And he sort of squats down and says, put the elder on my shoulders, I will carry him.
Chen Feng's not going to wait to be asked twice. Yeah, he hefts him over when she needs shoulders.
And he'll carry him, piggyback style.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that's possible with my strength.
Now let us see if we can get down the same way we came up. You never know.
As long as the path has not changed too much, the route we took up should suffice. But we'll have to see when we go back outside.
You carry Whitemane down the mountainside, and as you get closer to the bottom, you realize the mist dissipates behind you. And just maybe real quick, where is that? Right here, yeah. And you see the rice paddy fields across the way where they should be as you kind of look up, and as the fog behind you disappears a bit, so does the mountain, and you're in the fields again. And any closing roleplay we can do now.
As Pang Di is walking down the mountain, he kind of goes over to Daiyu and kind of puts his hand on her lower back where she was injured in the forest, and tell me, how do you feel? Is your injury healed?
Oh, yes. Yes, it has not bothered me for at least a day. I did not enjoy it when it happened. I don't intend to let it happen again.
Good, good. I don't want to see you injured. I don't want to see anyone injured here, but you have been very special and very kind to me, and I appreciate it.
Tis not all kindness, Pangde. Not that you do not deserve kindness, but there is also duty.
Duty is something we cannot shirk from, and he kind of reaches back into his pocket and he pulls out like a braid of horsehair that had been dyed green and hands it to her and goes, "Speaking of duty, I meant to give this to you earlier, but this is a symbol that I am honor bound to you for the things you have done for me, and that you have surely saved my life, if not once, twice over, after dealing with this demon. And I'm committed to seeing this through to the end with you."
She looks at it and kind of takes it cautiously, runs her fingers along it as if she's trying to sense if there's something other than what is visible about it, something spiritual maybe. She looks up with some doubt in her eyes. I am not sure you know what you do, Pangde. To say that we are bound, to say that you owe me your life, this has meaning beyond what I think you know.
Pang Di kind of shrugs. Perhaps it does.
Then we are both bound. And she takes it and she kind of tucks it into her belt. I will not lose this.
Excellent. And then he kind of thinks of one thing. Oh, and one more thing. When we get to Jiagyu, I need to explain something to you. And he kind of holds up his finger, putting it in a circle, and with his other finger he goes, I will explain to you later what this means.
Yeah, she does it. Medicinal, yes?
And as the protagonist of the story try to explain the birds and the bees to Daiyu, and the macaw in the background, Dai is rolling around on the ground in laughter. Everyone kind of moves back to the village and eventually Jiagyu, and that's where we'll call it as the screen fades to black as you survive your encounter with the Spider Woman. So.
That was good. That was interesting seeing the gang